Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Bizchicks TV. This is the place for tips, tools, strategies, and everything that you need to take the hassle out of your hustle and build a profitable business that's fun to run. Today is Tuesday. That means the digital diva is in the house. Terry Johnson, online from New York City. She's here to help us with our social media and digital marketing strategies. So today, we're going to be talking about rethinking social media. So sit back, relax, put your chair in its upright position, get a pen, a paper, take some really good notes, and let's get into it. TJ, take it away.
Hey, everybody, welcome to another week of Marketing Talk, where we talk about everything about marketing strategy to grow and build your business online. Usually I will bring a topic that, something that's new, something that's going on, but I read an article this week that I was like really upset about. Well, it upset me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me because I'm immersed into marketing strategy and marketing and content marketing, social media marketing, everything like that. So let me find the link because I want to bring up the article. It's from Content Marketing Institute, and this is a site that's been around for a while, and they talk about content marketing strategy and different things, but they do it. They're on a corporate business corporation level where they have marketing departments and teams, and we talk about marketing and marketing strategy as it pertains to a small business. It may be a solopreneur. You may have a couple of people that work with you, but this on this level, we're talking Coca-Cola, Nike, or businesses, large corporations that have these humongous marketing departments. So
Right.
let me bring this up, and then I'm not going to say any. I'm just going to let the headline speak. Oh, it's not a slide. It is a tab. Okay. Now, is that it? That doesn't look right. Hold on. It doesn't look right before I share it. That doesn't look. Oh, okay. Because I didn't have it. Scroll to the top. All right, here we go. Share screen. And the title of the article is Social Media Even Worth It Anymore?
What?
Oh, okay. So it wasn't just me. Glad to know.
What?
Now let me zoom this in because I'm going to read a little bit of it. So I want to zoom this in for me and for you guys. Because the text, I'm going to read a little bit and then we're going to talk about it. Let me zoom this in. I want
So,
this to be. Go ahead.
and this is from Content Marketing. Oh, they just did the story.
Content Marketing Institute. I believe this was started by a man called Joe Paluzzi, and he's been doing this for a while. Let me see if I can go real quick to their about. Here we go. Okay, so CMI, they call themselves CMI, Content Marketing Institute, exists to do one thing: advance the practice of content marketing through online education and in-person digital events. We create and curate content experiences that teach marketing and creators from enterprise brands, small business. Well, they say small businesses, but I'm like, this article doesn't serve us. Small businesses and agency how to attract and retain customers through compelling multi-channel storytelling. Okay, good. I was trying to see something that said how long they've been. Here we go. So CMI was founded by Joe Palizzi in 2011. Joe is an entrepreneur, speaker, and author on content marketing, believed passionate that there was a better way for brands to market. So I believe he sold it in 2016. Now let me go back. Let me go back to the. Oh, I never left. Okay. See, that's the thing. So you guys have been seeing that. And I
Right.
was reading the article because I forget that when you click a link, it doesn't go over.
Oh, but okay. So let's just hear what this person has to say
Right. So
before
let
I
me put the
chime
link
in.
in the art in the chat so you guys read on your own. But we are going to go through it. Okay, here's the link. Hey, Dr. Tachi. Dr.
Hey,
Tachi's here.
Dr. T.
All right, so
Yeah,
I'm gonna switch
yeah, yeah.
over. Is this big enough? Should it be
Yeah,
bigger?
I can see it well.
Okay, okay. So let me switch over to that tab because I'm gonna read it. So I saw this dated November 2nd, 2023. This is recent, and it said, "Is social media even worth it anymore?" Rethinking Social Media by Jody Harris. I'm gonna give her credit. And all these articles, they have a like a listen to, you can listen to, they have it in voice format. And I just want to read like the beginning. Gone are the days when social platforms sent significant traffic to publisher and brand websites. Today, platforms want to keep eyeballs and engagement within their digital walls. So they go in to talk about there's near constant changes to algorithms affecting social reach, lawsuits alleging the major social platforms called societal harm, potential costs for participating, and the possibility that the hot new platform everyone's buzzing about might become yesterday's news in no time. You may start to question whether it makes sense to invest your finite, which is you don't is limited, time, budget, creativity, energy on social media at all. Now, there's a person called Michael Brenner. He's the CEO of Marketing Insider Group, another marketing site that they've been around for a while. He is telling his clients to spend less time and budget on social media. Here's his quote. Our research tells us social media only generates 2% of traffic and leads for most companies, and paid social is only 2%. Focus your efforts where the people are willing and ready to engage. So the rest of the article goes in some advice which we'll talk about. But I just saw this and I went,
Okay, so back to his little point right there, and he said that it only invests where the people engage. Where does he
yeah.
think they are?
Okay. So and I bring up because this site is geared towards enterprise level, corporate level marketing, which is a different animal from your solopreneur, your small business owner trying to get on social media. It's two totally different worlds. Like this enterprise world is huge. They've got budgets, they've got thousands of people, and so this is their thinking that it's not worth it because they're not
Okay,
getting the results they want.
but where do they think the people are hanging out? Because we're sure not watching TV.
Okay. Great point, because this is what's going on. We've been talking, I've been talking about the creator economy for the last couple of weeks because it's
Right.
important. But this site is saying it's not worth it. And that is because their strategy, their thinking is wrong because they're enterprise corporate level. We throw millions of dollars at it and we want millions of dollars in return. And that's not how it works. We know that, right? We talked about it.
Okay, but they want to take, okay, just say I'm a major corporate entity. They want me to follow down that old path and throw millions of my advertising budget into where the abyss, apparently, because even if I know we're talking about two different things, two different
Right.
sizes, but it's still
Mm-hmm.
the same outcome. The
Yes.
I'm not, why would I spend more money in an area that doesn't work? I'd rather take my chances with the 2% over on social that
See,
is
this is
working.
this is where they're on this level, they're thinking millions of dollars, they're thinking big. And we talked about social media being this small, intimate, micro influencers, macro influencers with 1,000 followers, or less than 1,000, or 5,000, whatever that small number to them.
Hmm.
And we're seeing that you're getting engagement. And this is another part of social media. I talk about everybody thinks it's an ATM machine for some reason. Social media is an ATM machine. You walk up, you put your card in, you punch it, and the dollars just fly out of that little slot. No, no. So this goes to show me that there is wrong thinking or misguided thinking on all levels with social media.
Right, because If okay, you know who did this well and it worked well for them?
Ooh.
T-Mobile. The CEO for T-Mobile was out in the park in New York City
Mm-hmm.
talking
Mm-hmm.
to people, answering tweets, and had a rapport
And it
with the
worked.
people.
And it worked. What did he do? Did he spend millions of dollars on ad agencies and big sets and big budget ads and Super Bowl ads? Super Bowl ads work if you got the money. But what I'm saying is he was like, oh, let me go to the park with my T-Mobile phone and go out and talk to the people, my customers.
He talked to the people. They still talk to people. And they have what is it, Tuesday something, T-Mobile
Mm-hmm.
Tuesdays,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
they sending me stuff on my phone saying,
Right.
here's the latest deals or whatever. But they did it. He got outside. Yes, they still do commercials, the for
A
other things.
human behind a corporation decided to come out of the corporation and go
Mhm.
amongst the people, his customers, future customers, present customers. Hey, what do you think about T-Mobile? Hey, what do you like about it? Hey, what don't you like?
And he
And
was
you take
honest
all that.
too. And because they was firing stuff like, well, I don't like the fact that Well, thank you for letting us know about that. We'll get right on it. And he was answering questions
Mm-hmm.
and sharing his lunch and doing. I was like, okay,
That's because inside of a corporation, most of the time it's siloed. The easiest thing to do is to ask your customer. And Gary talks about this a lot. He talks about this a lot. That when he worked with his father's wine store, he would go and ask them, well, who bought, who was the last person that purchased something? Where's their phone number? Punch it up, call. I want to talk to them. And they were like, what? Yeah, I want to talk to the last 5 customers. And he would just talk to them. Like, hey, how you doing? This is Gary. Da, 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 da. I just wanted to see if you're satisfied with your last purchase. What can we do better? How can we improve? And he got more customers out of that because when you have a customer, you want to keep them. How do you keep them? By making them happy. How do you know how to make them happy? You ask. You ask. You know, and see, a social media is a part of that to where you take that data and you turn it into content that's going to attract new customers, new eyeballs, and keep the old ones happy. But you're already doing that when you're talking to them and sending them coupons or sending them thank you notes or whatever it is. It's the
right, right,
process of talking. So these businesses, these corporations have marketing departments that they don't want to talk to a single customer that's bought for them. They might send out a little. It's all transactional. They want sales, but you get sales by being human and having a relationship with your customer.
see, yeah,
It's the easiest thing, but it's hard for them to do. Meanwhile, a solopreneur, a small business owner, that is the easiest thing to do because you don't have like billions of sales. You have, like Gary said, they have, give me the last 5, 10 customers. I'm calling them up. And granted, that's the kind of person he is. He likes to talk. And you have to be that kind of person. But you
or
don't have to be him. You could just think about it in your way. How can I send an email?
now,
Send it to. Mhm.
this can work too if you have another person in your company that's passionate as you are. They can be
That
the spokesperson that
that
says,
person,
"Hey,
that
your front
person,
man or
that
your
person that knows how to talk to people, and you know what I mean. There are people that they just know how to talk to people, and one of them became president of the United States, knowing how to talk to people. Doesn't make them a popular or a good person. They just know how to connect with people, and that's what you need. If that's not you, you can Fiverr it, hire somebody, practice it yourself, go to a speaking whatever it is. You
right,
put that time into it and you decide, well, is it worth more for me to give this task to somebody else because it's an easy task for somebody that likes to talk. Oh, I know how to talk to
right."
people,
Because
you know.
I was watching a basketball game last night, and they had some guy talking to the fans. I'm like, who is this dude? But he was in there. He was just some fan, another fan that was passionate about the team, and he's talking to the other fans and had the mic and sharing stuff.
Right.
Well, that is endearing. It's like it's one of us talking to us.
That's why in sports commentating and that job, you have to be personable, just like that. There's I can't remember this guy name. I watch a little bit of football. There's a guy that does one of the NFL shows on Sundays. I think it was a comedian, or he was just like a regular fan, and he just started making videos that were funny and stuff. And now that guy's a commentator. I think it's on CBS Sports. I'm not sure the guy. I just know him when I see him. Like, he's very comedic. And he got that job just by putting stuff up videos with him doing the job of saying what the fans would say or something like that. I cannot remember his name, but that's how he got started on network news. He's not he wasn't, I'm not sure of his sports background, but he wasn't like, okay, I'm going to sports journalism school. And
No,
because there's certain talents that cannot be taught with that job, and you have to know how to talk, you have to know about the game, you have to know how to call the play, you have to keep it engaging, all of those things. It's like juggling a bunch of balls, but some people are easy at they find that easy to do, and some people are like, I don't want to do that.
right.
But this is a part of social media, and like you said, I'm glad you brought up the T-Mobile, and this is the CEO. This is not they hired somebody. This is customer relations. No, he said, I'm customer relations. Gary said, I'm customer relations. And they just simply talk to people. And these corporations are finding this very hard. And I understand why, because there's a corporate mentality of passing a buck, paperwork shuffling, and they never, like, it's like they're looking down. They never look out the window and see what's out. It's like right there, but you're looking down here for it. That's their mentality. So getting back to this article, rethinking social media. I'm like, yeah, rethink it on how it's getting things are changing, yes, but it's still the place to be. It's not even in the middle of the wave of social media. Because like we always bring up the mall. The 80s, you went to the mall. The kids went to the mall. Everything happened at the mall. The new movie, the new this, the new that. You went to see the Christmas decorations, or you went for some event or this or that. Everything was buzzing and happening at the mall. So the businesses knew that's where the people are. So if you want new business, that's where you go. We don't do that anymore. All of that has moved online to social media.
But I am still in awe at where did they think we're supposed to, if I'm a major corporation, where do you think I'm supposed to find people? Coke?
See, a part of this, and we talked about, I think we mentioned it last week. Did I mention about the lady on Instagram, the chef that was complaining about no one was seeing? I've been seeing this in the last few weeks. Nobody's seeing my post on Instagram. Instagram should go back to chronological order. That old thing that they've been asking for, which never gonna happen. They're being biased. Throw out I'm being shadow banned, a million excuses, but it's because, and now the thing I've heard now is the reels are down. Something happened on TikTok last week or this week. Somebody was like, my reels are zero. My reels are zero. So they were saying, oh, it's a glitch or whatever. And it was like, well, I'm tired of these platforms doing what they want. Well, yes, they can do what they want. And if you want more views, it's something called an ad.
Right. And so the ads do work on social media, especially if they're well written and they're well presented.
And you don't have to break the bank.
Exactly. So the trademark company I was talking to you about, guess where I found them? Yeah. Reels. I was looking for something else, and they had this cute little reel pop up, and it explained what they do in a fraction of the time that it would have took if I would have had to go read their stuff. And it just gave you an overview of why you need a trademark and how they can help you do it really quickly and whatever. And it was like almost like a doodle but it was animated.
Right. It got your
I was
attention, is what it was.
And I was like, oh, let me check on. I clicked it to learn more, and
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't a hard process. So it does work if somebody's looking for a particular thing, right? It's
See, social media works. It's just there are a lot of moving parts,
Doc-
and it's go ahead.
Dr. Tati said these platforms do whatever the heck they like. Why? It's
Yeah,
theirs.
it's because, and I was on a live with somebody on Sunday on IG, and they were breaking down a lot of this, and he was like, "Well, you got to remember, Instagram's a company, Meta's a corporation." And I've said that before. What is a corporation's main job?
To
To
earn
make money
money
for the shareholders.
for the shareholders.
You're just a
Oh,
cog in the wheel.
so the people who did this article just don't want to do business with the other major corporations.
It's because the marketing before social media was ATM, put a card, make a ad. It's like they knew the process. It was factory. Dun, 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 dun. That song is coming to my mind while it was like with Lucy and the it was just
With
like
the
that.
chocolate,
So
yes.
there was no disruption. Oh, you put the key in the slot and the card turns on, you put the gas in and you grab. But it's social media is not like that. It can go, what is that there's a twisty road somewhere in San Francisco. I'm trying
Oh
to
yeah,
think of
Lombard. I think it's Lombard
some
Street. Where
road that did that's social media right there.
right, that's Lombard Street.
Yeah, it's some road that I've heard of that is just like a little twisty whatever, and people are afraid and they don't know what's going to happen, and that's social media. It's not the highway. And people, when it first started, it may have been the highway. Now it's like you got to know your audience. You got to know your people. You got to know where they're hanging out. You got to know everything about them. And a lot of people skip that because they think it's an ATM machine. I see it work for everybody else. Why isn't it working for me? Because that's somebody else. Your audience, it may be different, maybe smaller, maybe larger, maybe involved or not involved. We even talked about lurkers, people that consume your content and you don't know them. They never comment, they never like, but they bought. And somebody else bought that comment. I saw that on Thread somewhere that they get a lot of business and they're like, these people aren't interacting with me, but I get the business. So what do you want? Interaction or the business? I want the business. I want to click
Right.
the link and buy.
It's
But
just
these people want views. Oh,
th-
my reels views. And I'm like,
it's just amazing to me this article would come out with don't put your money in social media. I'm like, well,
because where it's coming from. That's why I said I want to mention the Content Marketing Institute is geared towards enterprise level. I read it because I see things and I'm like, oh, I pick little pieces out, but they're not geared toward the small business owner. They might say small business, but they mean more a large business.
but I
Like you
wouldn't
got
want them telling me, but they're steering me wrong as a large corporation.
right, but see, that's what I'm saying. That's why you come here because I'm gonna tell you there's some value in that for them, but for us, it's like going to the cherry orchard or the whatever orchard, the apple orchard. Then the fruit is there, and all you gotta do is pick it. You might have to get a ladder. You might have to get a cherry picker. You might have to hire some people. There's a lot of miters, but you're gonna get that fruit off of the apple, off of the tree because it's ready. Right? I mean, and when I saw this article, I was just like, what is going on? Let's set this, let's set the record straight.
I'm surprised they have even any customers. Well, the customers they
Well,
have are probably greater than
it's
65.
it's because, like I was saying about like when we were talking about Twitter, and I was like, it's a car that has gas in it, but it's gonna go until it gets out of gas. So this kind of strategy is like I said, they're used to doing things a certain way, and they're not paying attention to the signpost saying, that cliff is ahead. You better stop, turn around, change your direction or whatever. And I say it's fine. Let them think that way because
Oh
they're
my
missing out.
God.
They're missing out. And even back to the analogy about picking fruit or whatever, you can still get the fruit off the ground that fell off the tree. If it's but you check those. But that's what I mean. It's like things are the people are there. The people you want to be in front of are there. They're not going to pay attention to you just because you're there, though. That part of it is gone. The novelty of social media where, oh, look, we don't do that anymore. Now it has to be entertaining or outrageous or you have to do something to get the attention to make them stop the scroll. But they're still there available. I was looking at following somebody on Threads and they were talking about TikTok, and I was going to go back and check them, but they were saying like, oh, they put out this content on TikTok. They don't even engage with people. They don't comment or nothing, and their content does the job.
Right.
Like they're getting business. And it's not like when Instagram wants fresh stuff. That's why they tell you to keep posting on Instagram because they want fresh stuff. TikTok is like they have a different algorithm, so they can serve something up from 6 months. That's why you make relevant content. Because somebody might pick up or see that or get served on other platforms. They might get something. And here's another example. LinkedIn gives me stuff a week old.
Right.
I go on LinkedIn. It says 1 week ago. And then if I like or interact with that, then they say, oh, then there's a little shelf that shows up and shows me that person's other posts, recent or old.
So,
See?
and I think YouTube is also good for that because if
Yes.
you have something and you titled your thumbnail correctly,
yes,
it will bring up because how to hammer a nail in a wall. How many years ago was that video?
I think is it Sean, the guy from Think Media? He said he talked about that video. I think it's like 12, 14 years old. That
And
person is
people,
making money off of that video.
how to hammer a nail in the wall because somebody needed to know how to do it, and people are still asking how to do it.
Right. But I mean, this article is just so like, okay, social media doesn't work. Put the tool down. Go back to making those ads with the ad agencies that cost you like $1 million a pop and put them on TV. Which that's not what you do. You do what the T-Mobile guy did. You do what Gary does. There's a lot of other people that they have that example of. They simply talk to their audience.
Wait a minute. Be social? Wow.
Media. But to say that they're not going to invest in it anymore, well, I say good for them. They've got money.
I'm just
let them pass the apple orchard on their way to wherever, and I'm going to stop and go to pick those apples that are ready to be picked.
I'm concerned for their clients who are getting duped.
I'm not, because you have to educate yourself on, and if you're in business on that level, you have to have a certain knowledge of what works and what doesn't. Even though it's something new, social media, AI, whatever the new thing is that they throw at us, it still works the same. Business is business. And if you got a successful business, you know what works. You just pick up the newest tool and you adapt it to what you have that works. That's all. That's it, and that's all.
And well, the marketing still is people talking to people. People talking about your brand, your business, talking to other people about your brand. Or oh, you know what? These cookies are real good. Try them. That's what social media is about. These cookies taste good. You should try this. I was in the store buying something. I think it was Trader Joe's, and I had bought a sandwich, right? And the lady, the checkout clerk, she said, "Have you tried this? I've been wanting to try this." I said, "Yeah, it's really good." So now she's going to try the sandwich that's in her store because I said it was good.
Right.
This is what marketing has always been about.
Exactly.
So the people on social media, you're talking to them and you're telling them about your product And I think I heard the what is them people's name? Trademark Factory. I heard their
Mm-hmm.
little ad, and then I
Mm-hmm.
told somebody else about it. So that
Mm-hmm.
if anybody that was, I'm like, I had a really good experience. So you
Right.
might
So
want
you're
to try it.
telling, right. So that's what I'm saying. I want to know about them. They're on my list. And that's all because from an ad. Now, see, the thing is, with ads, people don't want to run them. I understand because it's like, well, social media was free. It,
It
that
is,
time has gone.
but it is so low cost. I- it's
You don't have
so
to.
oh
You
my
don't have to
god.
run them forever. You could do a couple days and see what happens.
Oh wait, okay. So TJ, they don't want you to run your ad on Google anymore. I'm assuming because Google is a platform too,
Right.
and Google gives you what is the little
It's
they give
Google.
you your
There's YouTube ads. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they give you your little like for my real estate they gave you can go in and Google my business and
Yes.
it's on there. So
Yes.
they tell me how many people has seen my thing, how many people is engaged, and you if you set it up
Right.
right, people will come.
Right.
So wait, so they don't want them to be on there either? These people who said to rethink social media. Don't be on Google either,
I
right?
don't. I just looked at it and went, "Wow, that's a stand. It's not the right one. It's a stand." And you have to realize that's why when we talk about all of these statistics about how many people are on smartphones, how much time they spend on social media, what is the top social media platform for this age group, for that age group. That all of that data is to help you decide where do I need to go. I don't want to be on every platform. And if you have the time, sure. But if you don't, you want to go, well, where are my people hanging out? Probably Facebook. Facebook is like one of the ones where you just, okay, you got to be there. And here's the thing, people give up because they don't see the return right away, thinking it's an ATM machine when it's not. It's a marathon. You got to keep doing it. You got to keep doing it. And here's a tip. If you got evergreen content, you could just keep talking about that evergreen content. All you got to do is change the graphic.
Yep.
Ooh. And how do you easily do that? Canva. Oh, nobody's looking. And I saw this also. Somebody told somebody, well, nobody's going back to your Instagram profile and looking at things from 3 years ago.
They're not.
That's not how Instagram works. It's whatever's on top. Now, TikTok, like I said, TikTok is different because they serve up content differently. But in that case, you're going to make content that if they see it now or 6 months from now or even a year, it makes sense to them because it's the evergreen content that doesn't really change in your industry.
Right. This is good. So this is really good because um, it does get pushed down and people are not, it has to be fresh. It has an expiration date on Instagram. The milk ain't gonna be fresh after a while. You gotta put something up there.
I just it just amazes me when I see this as I listen to a lot of conversation. I like to hear what people are saying currently right now about the satisfied or dissatisfied with social media. I see a lot of people mad and they're leaving Instagram. I think we talked about one person I saw. I wish I'd have screenshot it because on Threads there's no way to save a post. I was like, please make a bookmark feature. So I right now when I see something and I don't want because I don't want to follow them, I just like what they said, so I'm like, I do a screenshot. And this person was like, "Oh, it's the end of my business because Instagram won't show my stuff to the people that follow me." And I'm like, "There's a disconnect there because the people that follow you, if they like your content, they will see it because they interacted with it because you asked them or they wanted to because your content's that good. It's just that. It's that. It's that." People will interact with your content and Instagram has the algorithm where it will show to a small subset of people that follow you, and if those people like it then they go, okay, it's good, then they widen it out a little bit, and those people like it and then they widen it out a little bit, those people like it. That's how the algorithm works. It's not just, well, I have 5,000 followers, all 5,000 should see it. It's too much content. They can't do it that way. Instagram cannot do it that way. So it's based on relationship and touch and interaction with your posts. So to counteract that, you might want to post more because Instagram's like this. What goes to the top? So you
And
just
that,
keep putting it to the top.
which means it's not a set it and forget it like you've always
Mm-mm.
talked to us about.
Mm-hmm.
You have got to work. This is your new job, is to put out interesting content for the people who interact with you. That is
Right.
your own job right now.
Right.
Create content.
And you know what? The great thing about all of these platforms I talk about a lot, they all have tools to let you know, well, what's my best performing content? You go and see that and you go, wow, that made it. Well, let me try to replicate and
I
try it
think
again.
what's happening, this these people who put this article out wants us to build it and they will come. And it's not happening like that. We're not building something and the people just gonna flock to it. If we don't tell people about what we got going on, aka cookies, if we don't, we have to give a sample of the cookies out for somebody to talk about them, right? Oh my gosh.
So I did something that I always do when I see an article. I ask ChatGPT to summarize it for me and give me some key takeaways. So let me tell you what I got from this article. Okay, so decline in traffic for social media. Social platforms are reducing traffic to external sites, preferring to keep users within their own ecosystem. Algorithm changes and societal impact. Limited return on investment on social media. Strategic investment in own platforms. Audience-centric social strategy. Quality over quantity. Use of paid social ads. Exploring invitation-only platforms. So this is what ChatGPT pulled out as the takeaways. So the article was like, okay, decline in traffic for social media. Yeah. The algorithm changes. Yeah. So those are making those are challenges for people in marketing. Yes. Limited ROI on social media. That was the guy Michael Brenner saying the 2% of traffic. It only brings 2% social media. A strategic investment in own platforms that gets into having your own blog, your own website, your own newsletter, your own something, your text message, whatever that you pay for. It's something that you pay for that's off of social media. Audience centric social strategies. So they're saying you should align your social media efforts with audience preferences and behaviors. We just said that. That was the T-Mobile CEO and Gary calling up people. They're calling people. Quality over quantity. So you emphasize originality and high quality content rather than just putting it out. Again, you have to put out. I was saying about evergreen. You want to put out evergreen stuff in your industry, but you want to package it. And to you, it sounds boring or repetitive. Or you just got to package it different. How do you get your dog to take medicine? How do you get your kid to take medicine?
Stick it in
You
the
got to
peanut
put it in some
butter.
food.
Put it
There
in
was
the,
a lady that I forgot who she was. She's married a celebrity that she made a whole cookbook of how she hides vegetables in her kids' food. Like they eating spaghetti. Oh, mom, this is good. Like she's like, yeah, I got them. I got that spinach in you though, because they don't taste it. And but see, that's what I mean. It's like okay, she's putting high quality stuff in there, but she's packaging it where it's nuggets or spaghetti or kid friendly stuff, and they don't know. Okay, so that's what you want to think about doing. The use of paid social ads. We were just saying about using ads. It says increasingly important for conversations and lead generation. That lead generation is new, getting new clients, new customers, and exploring invitation only platforms. They're saying Discord or Reddit may offer more authentic engagement. Now, all of these things are okay. You're putting out content and you're taking them off somewhere. The ad takes them somewhere to buy.
you,
You
the
want to
whole,
go to, you want a newsletter, it's taking them somewhere to buy. That's the key. The social media has the call to action to take them somewhere to buy.
So if I'm looking at this on my Instagram or Facebook or whatever, I'm inviting them, hey, sign up for my newsletter. Because once they sign up for my newsletter, I'm capturing their email and their name and maybe even their phone number, and then I can now offer them other things that I've got going on, more content, an
Yes,
occasional offer to purchase something, but
right.
I move them along to a place where I can talk to them.
A place you own and your community, and it's what it could be your website, it could be Discord, it could be Pinterest, it could well not Pinterest because that's another social media, but it could be some place that you're paying for. Like I said, your
Right.
SMS list, your text messaging list. It could be
Whatever
that.
your MailChimp, whatever you got going on. But if I don't engage with them on social media, I have to go out to where the party is, right? To talk to
Yes,
people about getting them, hey, let's talk about something over here at at the big party. Now
yes.
invite them to a smaller party.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Instead of, and this is what a lot of people are doing, they're posting and going, well, what's happening? I'm not getting any sales. Well, you can't just post. Like I said, it's not an ATM machine. You have to post, you have to say the right thing. You have to have the right image that gets the attention and they read it. And then there has to be an offer in there of something, offer of more information, offer of a newsletter, offer of a sale. And then you direct them. How do they get this information? Well, a lot of people now are doing the comment or DM me on Instagram, and they get a chat bot that automatically sends them the link. Or you could say, you could tell them to go click on the link on your profile, and that will have the what they're calling a funnel. I call it a framework, but they have a system to where,
I
like you
like
just said,
I
you get
like
the email, you get the email, you get their name and email up front only. You don't ask whenever somebody, I don't know you, and I click your link and it asks for like 50 things. I'm done. Get my name, get my first name, last name, email. Talk to me. Talk to that person when they're on your list.
right, because that's what the factory did.
Hmm.
The trademark factory
The
did that.
trademark fact. Yeah, they said
I saw their ad. I wanted to know more, so I clicked on the ad, and then
yes.
I filled out my email and my
Hmm.
name.
Right.
They sent me something, and so here's how the process works. They sent that. Oh, I'm interested in having you do that. Then I set up a call. It was not me
Yeah, you
set up a
don't ask
call.
for the call. Yeah, you don't ask for the call. You don't ask for the ad is that's a perfect ad. It just says, "Hey,
This is
interesting
what
fact or
happens.
content, tap for more," or whatever the direction is, and then it says, "Hey, I'm going to send you, if you offer something, say I'm gonna send you this blah blah blah," or whatever the thing is you promise to get them to tap. Name first, do first name and
And
first
the
get a
email.
name. Don't just do email, because when you get a name, you can personalize the email.
Right. So
Um,
first name and email.
yeah, so you want to do that, and then the conversation happens on the other side of the email.
And so they didn't misuse my information. They if you have questions, we'll be happy to answer any questions
Right.
about the process and how you can get through it, and we'll walk you through the da 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 da. And so they did that. So then after that, I had a consultation on the phone with somebody, but I
Mhm.
didn't have from Instagram straight to I'm having
Right,
a call
right.
to
Mhm.
buy something.
Right.
That did not happen.
'Cause I
It
have
took
to
me
learn,
through.
I have to know, like, and trust. Don't forget about that. Know, like,
Mhm.
and trust before I open my wallet.
And I definitely didn't know you because I was like, hmm. But
Exactly.
they weren't overly lawyerish and
Mhm.
whatever. They were
But see,
very
they know that
personable.
they know their messaging. They know who they're talking to. Like, it sounds scary. Oh, legal fees and lawyers, and they made it really easy to
Yeah.
get through the process. So that's another thing you want to think about. Easy. You don't want to bombard them with everything and complicate and especially when people do online courses or what, they want to throw everything at them. No, give them a little taste, simple appetizer, and then like that. Okay, that worked for me. What else you got? Then you go, okay, I got this. What else you got? See, that's how it works. But that taste that you give them has to be appetizing. It has to taste good. If it doesn't, the process stops. They go, well, that was horrible. I'm not. You're
And
supposed to be the
yes,
best, this or that, and I'm like, that didn't taste well. So it tastes good, so I'm out. And that's how it works. But these things you set up one time. You set up
right,
the chat bot on Instagram one time, and it just keeps spitting it out every time. Comment the word ticket, ticket, spit, ticket link, ticket link. That's how it works. And then, or whatever you're doing.
right.
See?
This is
So,
really good, TJ.
and I was thinking the analogy is when you're going fishing, do you put 10 worms on a hook? Well, I want all the fish. Let me put 10 worms on the hook. No, you put one on that gets the fish. Then you repeat the process. See, that's the thing. A lot of people are like, I don't like fishing because you gotta do all that. But there's some people that enjoy that, and that's the process. They don't put 10 things on a hook and get 10 fish. That's commercial fishing where they go out with the net
The net and go
and
scoop
they
up.
get
Yeah.
hundreds of fish. Yeah. So that's a whole nother different process. But I mean, if you're going out fishing, I'm getting fish for dinner, or I want to get a couple, there's 3-4 people, whatever it is, you're not going to put 10 worms on the hook or 10 lures,
Mm.
whatever you use. So that, I mean, those things are simple. That's how it works. We talk about fishing, gardening, and dating. All of those processes are, how do I get a new client? Well, how do you fish? What do you do when you're dating? How do you start a new garden? Those are things you do, and
And
you keep doing them.
the best
See,
way to get new clients is take care of the ones you have. So
mm-hmm.
talk to me, because I'm going to talk to somebody else about you, because you're taking real good care of me.
Yes. See, that's how it works. But people think, oh well, online social media, all I gotta do is put up a link and they're just gonna come and buy. There's a lot of factors in that. So going back to this article, I don't know what these corporations are. Well, I kind of know what they're doing. They're just like, they don't want to personalize or get to that level with the T-Mobile CEO where he's talking one-on-one, face-to-face with customers, because they're like, oh, we might hear something we don't like. He went out and heard stuff he didn't like. Guess what he did? That's all information. That's all data to make the company better, to make their sales processing better, to make their marketing better, to make their customer service better. If you don't know, you can't fix it.
One of the major things that they changed from that was making sure that you talk to a human.
Yes.
When you place a call, you get to talk
Mm-hmm.
to a person.
That is one of the things that everybody complains about. I want a person.
Well, T-Mobile solved that. You will talk to a person.
And I hate those systems where you go through and they, press, is this 10 things? I just press 0 a pound because that'll take me right to the opera or the person. Hit a bunch of buttons and see what happens. You'll
Right.
get somebody, because it was
And,
like, well, why are you pressing 25 buttons? It goes straight to something's happening. Let's talk to a person.
and then if you don't make us jump through all them hoops to get to the live person. Please just let me get to. I need to
Exactly.
talk to a human,
I need
because
to
there are some instances where the bot can't answer the question.
right. That the bot is good for information, but not solving problems like that
Correct.
yet. I mean, it's not there yet. It will, but it's not there yet. Not yet. But so I mean, I saw this article and I was just like, okay, we need to talk about it, because all of the things that I've been hearing in the last couple of months, the people again dissatisfied with Instagram algorithm, dissatisfied with that platform algorithm. This is not doing what I wanted to do. I want to press a button and all the money flows out. into my bank account without me having to do anything. Well, you could do that, but you have to set up systems. And that's a lot of work at the front end. And then you just kind of
And
tweak it.
I'm telling you, TJ, you are not incorrect. That is a lot of work at the beginning because
Mm-hmm.
you'll be like, oh, you have to account for every possible way a person may do something, right? And
Right.
so, okay, if they say this, then I need to do this. If they say that,
Right.
I need to do this. And you have to set all that up. It's going to take time and people and resources and work, but the payoff is going to be better.
Right. And so, I mean, to say that there's no value in social media to tell their people, oh, we're only getting to, I'm just like, you guys can do whatever you like. We sticking with social media. We're staying over because that's where the people are hanging out. When they move someplace else, then we need to move with them because their attention is somewhere else. That's somewhere else. I don't know yet, but right now we're still social media. I believe is Instagram 2 billion,
Uh,
and I think I'm not
well,
sure. I gotta check the numbers. I know Facebook is 3 billion
well,
users
the,
signups.
the people who are going to be purchasing are the things that we have to offer in the future are on social media.
They're there. I mean, where else are they?
I'm talking about the Gen Z, X, Z, Y, whoever these people are, they are on social media. And if you and you tell us this all the time, if we need to get in front of them, we need to be in front of them because they're going to be the ones buying my product in a few years.
Okay, so I did a real quick search and I got status stuff. They said 2021 there were 1.21 billion monthly active users on Instagram. By 2025, they're forecasting it will be 1.44 billion monthly active users, and that accounts for 31.2% of global internet users. That's a lot of billion is a lot of people.
That's a lot of
And
bees
not
going on.
saying you're going to get all of those people.
But
It's
if
a
you,
pool to it's a pond, it's a lake to fish in. Back to
yes,
the fishing. Where do you go to fish? The pond that has lots of fish or the pond that has one or two fish? it I wow, I just I'm flabbergasted that they
in,
would say. So where are those people? Where are these corporations going? What do they want? Where do they want them to go? I don't know if I saw that in there. I just would stop there and just I was just
TJ, where are they? Netflix is on social media. Amazon is on social media.
so this article it has some things in there that I agree with, like they were saying, leverage groups to build community trust, like you want to put people in a community, but how do you do that? How do you put them in a community? Well, you gotta be on social media, right?
Right, because they're not coming to. I'm not just going to wind up at your house when I don't know you if I didn't meet you at the party. How am I going to get?
And then the thing quality, originality over quantity. But where are you putting the content?
Because you cannot do that on regular television advertisement. How are you building a community sense with somebody in a 30-second blurb?
So to track down, I'm picking and choosing. Said to track down your best opportunities, let your audience be your guiding star. Social listening tools and audience research can help you determine where to engage in conversations relevant to your brand. Where they engage, social media.
So why is
Where
the dude up above telling you not to be there?
Okay, so here's the thing about Twitter, X formerly known as Twitter. You would watch your TV show, and when the commercial came on, everybody in a certain that watched that show would go to Twitter. and have a conversation. They weren't going to the Fox website or HBO they weren't going to the station's website. They went to social
The
media because that's
media.
where everybody was.
That's
Oh, did you see what happened? Oh, did you that kind of thing. So I don't
that happens also with the Red Table Talk. Everybody was talking about that over on Facebook. They were on social media talking about that. Now people are on threads talking about stuff, and they go in different places to talk about something.
Mhm.
Game of Thrones. Where was everybody talking about the Game of Thrones when it was the thing to do? They weren't talking about it on Netflix. They were talking about it on the social platforms.
So see, and there's one thing that I'm pulling out here that I've said before. That it says maintaining investment in channels your brands own and operate, such as your website, blog, and email list, let you stay in contact with your customers, no matter which way the social media winds may blow. Because we talked about this. Instagram used to go down all the time. Facebook used to go all down. And then people were like, I can't run my ads. I can't reach my customers. I can't sell anything. That was because you're at the mercy of the social media platform. You should have your own blog, website, email list, SMS list, whatever it is that you pay for. You should have that because that's your channel where, well, if X goes away or this goes away, or they want to Snapchat and going to be listed as a spy real soon. That's what some people in Congress want to do. And so if you're limited with not Snapchat, TikTok.
TikTok.
Yeah, not Snapchat. TikTok is going to be categorized as a foreign agent. Where are those people going? They're going to go somewhere. So if you've got, while you're there on social media and you're saying, go to my website, my blog, my email list, my SMS list, my whatever that I paid for, and then you're going to get more because you have to offer more. Like I said with the appetizer, oh, that's good. What else you have? Then you serve them more, but you want to guide them to the place that you own. Always. You always want to do that. So I don't know if this article is coming from the attitude of social media only, which we've said don't do that.
No.
Agent hashtag agent TikTok. Yeah, so they're really they're trying to do something with TikTok.
And because
What? I don't know.
yeah, because it looks like they're not trying to blow it up and make it go away completely,
Right, because
but they're trying to.
politically that wouldn't that wouldn't work for the administration or people in Congress. So they know that. They're like, okay, we're not gonna do that, but we're gonna try to figure out something else.
Right.
So
And
the something else.
that's what it sounds like we need to do with if have something else in your bag in case this something doesn't work, but you don't just not be on social media.
Right.
Just
So
turn it off. Really? Um, that's kind of not gonna work.
and so Snapchat had 460 million daily active users, up from 397 million DAU from the second quarter. So
Wow.
they have, and this article says, and this is status again, the app has steadily increased in daily active users since the beginning of 2019. So that means for a long time, all these articles that says Snapchat is dead. Who wants to be on Snapchat? Snapchat is nothing. I'm like, it's something to that uh generation, that
Yeah.
age group. I think it's 13 to 24, 34. They're on there for a reason.
Right.
So I'm just saying that there are lots of factors here, and you can't just say, oh, we need to rethink social media. It doesn't work. But for corporations who aren't putting in any kind of effort, grassroots or whatever you want to call it, word of mouth, or on a level where you're talking to the customer like the T-Mobile guy, they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. Corporations don't want to do that. They don't want to talk to people because they're afraid, because they think the complaints will come. But you should want to hear the complaints because that means something is broken, right?
Right. Right.
A level of satisfaction is not being reached. And you don't want to hear that? I don't know.
Mm.
So I saw this and I went, ooh, mm.
Somebody needs to rethink what you
Okay.
rethinking because
Right. And it's not just the corporations. Like I said, a lot of people that I follow in different places online are unhappy with the way they're being served content or the way that their users, the
well,
people that follow them are seeing their content.
can I say that they may
Mhm.
be just a bit lazy because you don't want to do the work.
It's hard. It looks easy
But
and it
it's
can
not.
be, but it's hard.
You really have to work at it, or you have to have a team of people to help you work at it, but you have to do this
Or
work.
spend some time figuring out this who's my audience, what do they really want, what can I give it to them, and can I give it to them in a way, a form of fashion that's easy for them to consume and they like it. Like I said, with the appetizers, these are some good appetizers. What else you got back there in the kitchen? That's the attitude you want to have. But if you
Right.
send out the appetizers and they go, what, like in the movie Big when Tom Hanks went to the party and I think it was caviar or something, and he tasted it and he spit it out because it was like, I don't want that. That's not for me. Because he was
Right.
actually a kid in a grown and an adult body. So of course a kid isn't going to like caviar, but everybody else at the party was like, "Oh, this is so good, caviar." Da, 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 da. So those
Wow.
are some of the things that you have to think about, and you do this at the beginning, but you can still do it now. It's never too late. Like I said, Gary was, he said go in the office and say, call the last person that ordered something on the website and let me talk to them. You don't have to do that, but you can go to social media and say, hey guys, I really want to, serve you and make this a great experience. What can I do better, or what can we offer you that's going to, help you in some kind of way? You want to help. You want to help. So that helping the customer leads to sales for your business because they appreciate that you are being helpful and you're concerned and you're thinking about them versus these corporations in this article who don't care.
Correct.
They just want to sell their product. They don't care. Social media doesn't work. We're not using it. Okay. Don't use it. We will.
Hmm.
We will use it as long as the people are there. And this is
Right.
another thing that I love that Gary says. He says, wherever the tension is, that's where I'm going. And because he says, you guys think I love social media. I don't. He says, that's just where everybody is hanging out right now. That's what
Right.
I love.
And that's how you get in front of them.
He said, where's the tension? Where's the tension? I'm there.
And how did we get on Gary Vee's list? Because we saw something he was doing on social media. Then
Mm-hmm.
he invited us to connect with him. Here's my text number. Get
Yeah,
connected with me.
he's got a whole lot of ways for you to touch him. And I forgot to he announced today is his birthday today. He has his new book on sale, pre-order. Today, he has a new book that's coming out. I think it's about attention, coming out in 2024. So he put it out today. Hey, today's my birthday. What better present?
Get the book.
Pre-sale that's coming out. I don't even know what date it is. He just said 2024. So
Right. So, and you
do
can
you think he's
pre-order the
going to
book.
sell any books? Do you think he's going to sell any books today? Do you think he's going to make any money today on his birthday? I
Mm,
think so.
I think
And
he's going
all of
to.
those things is because of his building a personal brand where he has helped people. And I think he said that he wanted to help people. That people say, oh, you should charge for this. You should have a course and you should have a membership. And he says, I don't do that. He says, I'm trying to help people. I got businesses that make lots of money. I don't need money. I got enough. But
And
I'm out here to help people.
he's giving back, and he's doing that.
And if you
And
listen and follow, and I know a lot of people don't like his style. I'm used to it because that's a New York, New Jersey kind of thing. But a lot of people go, oh, I don't like because he curses or just that. And I'm like, okay. I like a book for the knowledge. I don't care about whether is the book cover there or is it no, I don't like that book cover design. But it's a great story in there. But you were like, oh, well,
right.
this is, a used book or the cover's ripped or something.
I don't like the way the box looked when it arrived. Okay,
Whatever.
whatever.
Whatever. I get my knowledge where I'm like, okay, this is knowledge. This is good stuff that
Mhm.
people charge for. It's just you don't like the container, you don't like the package, and
Right.
that's okay with you. Everything's not for everybody. Like my mother told me, everything's not for everybody. So I listen and I give you his. If you don't want to follow him, just come here and listen to us. I will give you all the nuggets, so you don't have to listen. But there are nuggets there. So, and also the way that he does things, like with this pre-sale of his book, and he's been talking about this book for a while. He just said, "Oh, I'm thinking." He'll say this: "I'm thinking of writing a new book about blah 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 blah," and then he'll just move on. So he's planting the seeds of, okay, the new book is coming out. He didn't say buy it. He said, "I'm thinking about a book about this topic. I think it's really good. It's helpful." And then he'll move on. But everywhere he goes, every place that he's talking, he will bring that up. And it's a one sentence thing, and he moves on. But it's implanted because a lot of marketing is psychology, planting ideas, and that's what TV does. That's what ads on TV. That's what they do. They plant ideas. They plant thoughts, and you remember. And a matter of fact, real quick before we stop, I was watching YouTube on the TV, and the ads are there. I'm like, so the surveys pop up now, like, have you heard of this brand? And I will
Right.
answer them because I'm like, I like to answer surveys. And so I was like, okay, have you heard of this brand? It's because they want to know, is their advertising working? Is the little nuggets and ideas that they drop somewhere else, is it working? Because then they say, hey, have you heard of this brand? And you tap the one, and they go, okay, thanks. But that's it. That you're dropping. um Social media is about going to where the attention is, where the people are hanging out, dropping nuggets of information, helping people out, and then directing them to the thing that you own, your own media, your website, your blog, your email list, your SMS list, your community, whatever it is, where you're paying, you're paying for that, and you get to
Right.
control it. That's the idea. You're paying for it, so you get to control it, and you pay for it, and you tell that platform, well, I'm paying, so do XYZ. I don't like this, change this, and they will do it because you're paying. Whereas social media, and you're not, unless you're paying. If you're there for free, they go, yeah, okay, whatever. Give us chronological, and Instagram goes, okay. Then they go about their business and do whatever they want.
Right. And
So
then, some people just need to go. Sometimes you just need to go and pay for stuff.
yeah.
Stop
Hmm.
complaining, pay for it.
Canva's one. But we'll talk about that, and we'll talk about tools.
Hmm.
We'll talk about tools later, because there's some stuff happening with Chat GPT, and I was gonna wait for the birthday of Chat GPT to
Okay,
talk
let's
about
do
it.
it.
So
So, if you are not already doing so, you need to be following TJ. Just go to terryjohnsononline.com/info.
mm-hmm.
Go and talk with her. Get connected because she
Follow
always
me
brings.
everywhere, Terry Johnson online, whatever your favorite platform.
Yes, please do that. And if you're not been a part of the Bizchicks community, we got two ways for you to do it. You can text Biz to 33777, or you can go to bizchicks.net. Either way will take you to our community place where you can sign up and get more information, reminders about great content such as this, where TJ
Mm-hmm.
and some of the other ladies bring
Yeah,
throughout the week.
every weekday, not
Every
just
weekday.
today.
Hmm. So Tuesday, okay, so we have a special workshop coming up today. If you have not heard about it, um, and it's going to help. It's right in line with what TJ is talking about, getting people onto your list and things of that nature. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to put that link in the chat. Um, this is good. And, we, let me find it. Boy, okay, here we go. Save your spot. It's a newsletter jam session today. you're more than, I'm going to put it over here. If you have not already signed up, where is my chat comments? Put it over there. Hopefully it's not too long.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's free workshop too, by the way. Starts at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 11, 12, 1 o'clock on the East Coast. Free workshop. Check it out and come and learn some things that, what's the difference between a blog, it's a newsletter, and different information that you can use. And there will be a workshop where you can actually get yours set up.
Ooh.
Yay. And it's free too. Come on now.
Free.
Yes. So we will see you over there later today. TJ will be back with us on Friday with the social media news for the week.
Yep.
And we just want to say thank you for tuning in. We appreciate all that you do, and look forward to seeing you again really, really soon. With that, we will talk to you next time.
Thanks
you
for
so
watching,
much, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.